Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the glory decks, and we're going to be using Matriara for our hero. And the main reason for that is, well, I've not got the other glory one. I guess I could have picked it up, but I really like the turn 6 ability for this because the decisions are really good for pretty much wherever you are in the board state. So it could either be the Guardian if you're kind of behind because it's like a huge vigilant threat that is probably able to buy you just that one extra turn to be able to kill your opponent. Also, it's a 6/6, so hopefully it trades with quite a few of your opponent's threats, or it just survives to be able to hit your opponent in the head for 6. And the other one is Hall Weapons, which I guess could also be defensive because it could board wipe your opponent. But hopefully this would just be play this, kill all your opponent's vigilant threats, and then be able to kill them. Along the way, we've got a couple of other things here. This is kind of relevant. It's going to give us short bow because our deck does care about supports. And later on, we've got the skill here. Destroy all characters with attack 1 or less. It's going to be quite good against like an influence deck we played yesterday. The Raging Soldier can be quite good, as this is on turn 4 if we've had chance to play our support that gives warriors +1/+1. Just like a free warrior with charge, or well, aggressive, is still pretty potent. So if I take a look at the actual deck, I did take some insight from someone on Discord, and then I've just made a couple of changes just to make it, well, fitting with cards that I own, and also just a bit more to my style. So some key takeaways here, we are playing Prana, which is definitely from that deck list. This looks really good, gives +1 attacks at any character and gains us a +1 play for the turn. I believe you can only use once per turn the supports, but this should help us to just empty our hand and just keep redrawing more cards per turn and be able to play them out. So Prana seems quite good, especially with the amount of ranged units that we've got as well. And ranged means that when you're attacking, they don't receive any damage back from that attack. Obviously because they're using a crossbow or a bow or whatever it is. So we do have the key, sort of like legendary here, the Imperial Standard Bearer. This is vigilant, and your other characters have got +1 attack. So this seems quite good as well if we are going for a little bit of a swarm strategy. Hopefully this helps us to just have that little bit extra power to be able to either take our opponent down or take down some of their key threats. We're also playing Lumberjack. So this was in the original list as well. I like the idea that we can just give this like +4/+4 because we do have other cards here. We've got Labour, which gives us 3, which is invoking goods and supplies. So goods going to be able to help us to gather. So we're going to be playing a lot of cards, and if we're playing against someone who's trying to fatigue us, then this might help that. But the main thing is the supplies. Healing a target means that if we do have like a bigger vigilance unit, like the Imperial Standard Bearer, hopefully we should be fine to keep going there. But yeah, the Lumberjack should just be a big boy. If it gets +2/+2, that's still really good because, well, it's got vigilance, and that seems to be pretty key in aggressive games like this. We've got the Imperial Archer as well, so this is, when you play it, it's going to deal 2 damage to any target. So it could be an enemy, it could be one of their threats. Could just finish either of them off, which is pretty nice. And with the Frontier Regiment, this becomes like a 4/4 ranged attacker, which is like, that's super potent. Again, we're just playing like one hurl weapons. We've already got access to this card through our hero ability. But would like to have like more copies of it, so we're playing one in the actual deck as well. Then Illyrian Garden, not Elysian, is just like a potent threat, I think. If the game goes long, then let's go ham. Also, this is an aggro deck. Well, it's kind of a more mid-range aggro, but I don't feel super bad about having 6 drops in here because when we play a card like Labour, we can use the goods or supplies as our Causa for the turn if we just want to be playing cards out. So we aren't really spending cards to be able to get up in the higher amounts of like cause, I guess. And we also want to get to 6, so it just seems fine. Lashing just seems like a real good removal spell that can also finish your opponent off. We do have a little bit of this like burn because we've got Axe Blow as well, which just deals 3. So that's quite nice. And then the Militia Man just have like a turn 1 play. I think the list I looked at only had one of these and didn't have any other 1-drops. It seemed kind of suspicious for the type of deck that I want to build, but this seems fine for now. And then of course got like the 3/2 and then the 2/2 range, which is just good stuff. So let's get into the ladder and before we go, Frontier Regiment, pretty good because most of our units, if not all, are warriors. So yeah, let's get onto it. So hopefully the same thing doesn't happen like yesterday, where we ended up playing like a bunch of mirror matches or against like the same deck. Although the short queue times sort of make up for it. Okay, so is Danu, so this is potentially similar to the deck we played yesterday. We do have to be mindful that our opponent on turn 6 can just like one-shot us. So we're going to run the play first. It was like a lash in. I guess we can try and draw into another 1-drop. I like having like a guaranteed 2 seems good, but we'll only have like a guaranteed 2 for our ability. I guess a bunch of free 2s would be good. Yeah, this is helpful at killing our opponents. The Lord that gives +2/+2 to 1 power units. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. We probably want to keep these 2 and then just redraw. So we didn't draw a 2-drop, but that's fine. I really want to keep this. I'm going to do something that I saw opponents do yesterday, which is putting Raging Soldier into the Causa pile, because we could just pull it out later. Our turn 2 will probably be quite aggressive. We can get Sharp Bow if that's good, but probably we're just going to get Frontier Combatant, and we're just going to put like 8 points of power into play. Our opponent they do have the coin or the Causa emblem, because they're on the draw, which means they can have some pretty busted turns. Yeah, so this is the difference between gain and heal, right? So there's gain and heal in that deck. Well, I want to keep that one. So let's keep the lashing out for now, because I really want to do this turn, like next turn, with the Raging Soldier and the Frontier Regiment. So let's play this, and this. Put 8 power into play. Seems pretty good for me. Our opponent doesn't look like they'll be able to sort of like trade it or anything. We've got to do 3 attacks in, not taking any damage on our crossbowman. Or it looks more like a crossbow. Oh, it is crossbow woman. Okay. Yeah, opponent's just going for us because there's no point attacking any of this unless it's like a deal one. Okay, they've attacked and then caused like what they attacked if it looks like. Okay, Wither probably should have been mindful of that. Yeah, and then our opponent's using their ability to get a Journey of the Unknown with the 2/2 attached. Okay, Melt the Messenger of Death. That seems fine. Our opponent's probably doing something that's a little bit more powerful than what we're doing. Okay, well I'm going to be keeping Lumberjack, and we'll put a Combatant away. And then just go for the Regiment and then the Raging Soldier. And then which one of these matters? None of them really. I guess we'll just go for the face. Let our opponent like make tricks happen. And this is a Labourer rather than Warrior, so it doesn't really get an additional buff off this, but it'll still get 1. Then next turn for 4. I could potentially just use Battle if our opponent's got like a bunch of 1 power units, or it could just be another Raging Soldier because the 3/3, if it's got the same effect where I would only be able to kill like one of my opponent's things, I'd rather have the unit in play. Because it looks like on this board we'd be able to like not trade, but just actually outright kill things. So look, and yeah, so they use their amulet, and they've got a Messenger of Death in there. They could be trying to go off this turn with like some saucy nonsense, but I guess they've just gone for like the ability play, and then they're going to be killing with a Mystical Overload. That's kind of sad because it makes our Lumberjack a lot worse. Okay, and they're just trading the 2 units into our unit. They're left with a 3/3, which seems kind of fine. And it looks like they're able to refill like pretty quickly here because this gives them an additional play for the turn. But I think we might just kill those 2 and yeah, Red of Arrows deals 2 to each enemy. Yeah, well, actually we can't play 2 of these, so let's play 1 of these out. Do you have a unit we can play? We do not know. We'll just pull the Regiment and then play this because it kills 2 things instead. And then don't really need to play Rain of Arrows because it just deals 2 damage, which doesn't do anything. But this could be quite a hard fought game actually. Our opponent does have like a real inevitability with the skill on 6, which is some Awakened. So we probably want to make sure that we've got our opponent to have no board on that turn, or we've got like a bunch of Vigilant units if possible. Yeah, a little way away from that. Yeah, the spell that comes with this is still pretty potent. Okay, so we've got Hurl Weapons there, which is good. Could potentially just be like Axe Blow plus Lumberjack, which seems kind of good. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll Axe Blow down this, and then we'll just make a free fall. And then we get to hurl weapons either through the spell in our hand or from our ability. So we should be able to keep our opponent off having like a good Summer Awakens turn. They still do have a Summer Awakens in their deck. They could be playing 2, and they could have like cards that can tutor up events, which is probably like, I think they've already played one of those. Yeah, it's got the card ones here, just adds a random event. Okay, so Extract Vigor plus like an attack here will trade into our unit. So let's have a look at what we've got in our cards pile. So we've got Rain of Arrows, Lash In. We can play the Raging Soldier out if we really need to as well. So we can kill this and make it so that next turn... I mean, our opponent can choose not to cause for the turn, so they can withhold it for another turn, but because we've got like the hurl weapons from like both sides, you know, we should be in reasonable shape. But I think that I might just play the largest boy from over here as well, like the Illyrian Guardian. So Prana seems good, and will let us do like a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, so how many events do they have? So that's something worth reading. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got 4. So we only get +4 off the Summer Awakens. I don't think... Yeah, there's actually some aggressive units in this this faction as well we need to think about. So let's just explode this. Doesn't seem like the best use of resources. I'm going to put Hurl Weapons away because we can get it back later. I'm going to summon this, and then we're just going to Prana out another threat. So this is an 8/7, just like the largest boy. Give it to an opponent. We've got an 8/7 and a 4/4. This seems like pretty good. Our opponent's got 4 cards in hand, and this is the turn where they get to like do some Awakens or heal. Some Awakens, if they've not got aggressive units, is kind of okay for us because we get to shoot like one thing down with the Imperial Archer. What we might see here is our opponent not committing anything to the call, so they can hold on for this to be a little bit of a better turn for them. Okay, this is a bit of a nuisance because yeah, our opponent's managed to turn all of our powers into 1, but we've still got like the largest man ever. And then we're going to draw like a full hand now as well, so we should have a lot of options to choose from. Are they going for it? Okay, they're just going for the heal. Oh, they're going for, actually went for some Awakens. Okay. Yeah, that's probably fair. So what do we have here? We've got Destroy the Spartan and Gather 2, which doesn't probably do anything. We've got ranged units and we've got like another Prana. So let's have a look at what we've got in here. We can hurl weapons now, but I don't think we really need to. I think we might just lashing that. But I do like this Lumberjack. And we can kind of kill this off, which seems okay. So, can we play another Prana? I think we can. Oh, yes. We get to do pretty much everything we wanted to then. So, play Lumberjack, requires a cause. It's going to be a very large man. And then we get to use both Pranas on this. And I've got like another 2 plays to make. Get to get in there for 1. Taste it. I probably should have played the standard bearer first, which is like a big mistake on my part, but whoops. Well, we've got like a really impressive board here. Yeah, sequencing in this game is something that I'm going to have to get used to, especially with some of the cards that I'm not super familiar with. I didn't actually play any glory decks in like the closed beta. I think it was pretty much just like Wealth and Influence that I played. I tried getting into Spirit, but the cards were just actually really complicated, so there we go. Opponent might be going for just putting things in the bin. Helps them draw cards, and you know, it makes any Summer Awakens that they actually do have in the deck quite a lot bigger. Okay, the cards are up to 7. That's maybe they just want to draw like additional cards next turn. I think we might just be like using our burn spells against our opponent though. Obviously, only our Lash can actually go to the face, but yeah, it might cycle. Dismantle. I don't think we had any like supports in our deck. Oh, it's Daddy Den. Yeah, it's Den 2 I got this deck list off. I didn't even realise. Okay, Messenger's good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, being pacified. So, these being pacified is pretty awful for us. So, I guess we just put this away, because it's kind of free. And then opponent's got like no cards in hand. They're going to draw 4. So they're going to 5 in deck. Just thinking, do we... Is it worth hurling weapons now? I don't think it is. We can just Raging Soldier. Because I think we have like a continuous attack phase in this game. So if we played like another threat, we'd be kind of fine. Let's play a crossbow. And then I put one of these... Oh, I've already dedicated. Rats. I'm going to keep these to just put them on our ranged units. So we can take down pretty much like anything then. Because we're going to be able to give +2/+2 to anything. I don't want to get this pinged by like a deal free, or this pinged by like an actual removal spell. If we manage to get it, we're getting the old well played from Den. Yep, looks like. Well, made some mistakes, but we managed to get there in the end. And yep, gone for a... Oh yes, level up. You can see, leveling up in the factions gives you some nice rewards, because I think a pack is like 500. So it's like nearly a pack that. Then every 20 packs you get the white pack, which I think always has like a legend in it. And I think I got one with 2 in it before. So yeah, let's find another match. Probably play 3 games with this. Okay, well, no real early game, but some good late game. But I guess we can just like draw into that later, so let's just ready. I guess we'll keep the 3-2 just as like a turn 2 play. We do play second, so probably just going to put the Guardian away and play a Militiaman. We are against intellectual, like, probably fatigue. I think there's like another archetype which is like spies. Or like sneaky units, but I'm not too sure about that. So let's just put the 6 cost away. Play the Amulet and play the Militiaman. So I think most of the effects in our opponents that would be sweepers are either set your toughness to 1 and deal 1, or just deal 1. I don't think there's much that deals with like a bunch of 2 toughness units, which is what we're going to be doing next turn. Fortunately, we've got Battle in our deck, which lets us deal with a bunch of our opponents like one power attackers. Okay, so we got rid of Labour, which is kind of sad because Labour does gives us some anti-mill protection as well as making our Lumberjack pretty big. Well, let's just play Lumberjack up here for now. And I was going to make a frontier combatant, and then I suppose I don't want to use the support. Our opponent does have like a spell that can kill supports and exhaust some of our cards, so maybe we do want to use this. Guess there's the Raging Soldier out, but then we're back on 3 again tomorrow. Well, on the next turn. I need to think about that a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I think I'd rather just go up to 4 next turn, because it lets us play Battle if we need to, or just like invoke like double Raging Soldier. I think similar to a lot of continuous attacking games though, we do get to like have... We could play an aggressive unit attack, play another aggressive unit, if we were at like the full 4 units. This game does seem pretty well optimized for playing on mobile or tablet as well, because the board is quite like, frankly, there's not much you can play. It's like 4 supports, 4 units, and that's it. It's not much on screen. I know that I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh on the Switch at the minute, and that can get a little bit difficult to try and read what's going on because there's so much information in all the cards, and that board is quite big. Okay, well, just going for the old Miller strategy. Yeah, so they're playing Bureaucracy. Yeah, destroy support. That's what I was considering. Our opponent is going to get to Miller's quite a bit with this, I suspect. But maybe we're just going to go in for the attacks, I guess. Is this just once when this happens? Yeah. Just draw a card. Okay, so we may as well. put an Axe Blow away. I'm going to keep Piranha because we get to use it next turn to sort of like turbo out some plays. I'm going to attack here. Attack here. Play a Raging Soldier just to attack this. And then I guess for the sake of completion, we're just going to hit our opponent in the head for free. Draws an additional card. I know it can be risky against this kind of deck, just like overdrawing. But next time we want an explosive turn realistically. Also, I don't mind leaving this in play just because it's got 1 power. So if we next turn need to, we can battle. Maybe if our opponent played one of the protection units, that could be different. It could be kind of a nuisance, but at least we can throw something in. All having 1 toughness here on our units now is kind of spooky as well. Because most of our opponents, like, damage dealing is going to be like just deal 1s. Oh, it's... Oh no, whoops. So we're still in our turn, sorry. I was completely thought I just like passed the turn completely. Yeah, this game's like sped up a lot as well. It's a lot quick thing to spend. I know when I first started to play this, it could have been a little bit on the slow side. Okay, well, healing sort of like negates what we did, but our opponent's got access to heal rather than gain. So at least it can't go above 20. Yeah, okay. And there's the protection unit, which is a bit of a nuisance, but I guess our 4th turn play can just be a Raging Soldier. Okay, well, crossbow, I guess it's a threat, so it could be fine. So let's play Piranha. I guess we're not doing too much. I guess we play a Raging Soldier. We'll lash this just to knock the protection off. Give this an additional point. Attack him for free, and then just play like a crossbowman. Again, this could be quite a rough matchup because we kind of need to draw a bunch of cards to be able to overpower our opponent, but our opponent kind of wants us to do that. Yeah, here's the Flurry of Knives that we're worried about. It's like deal onto everything, then they get to just attack in here for free. If we draw an aggressive unit, we could be in good shape because we did get to use the Piranha. It's like killing our legends, like Ultimate Bomb. So we can put one of these as well because you can only play 1 at a time. This is a warrior, so we'll get +1/+1. I'm just ready. I'm going to keep all of my charges. Like maybe next time when we draw 3 cards, we want to play all 3 of them. Dealing 2 didn't seem to do anything there because it leaves our opponent still having the units in play. We are probably pretty dead here though. Yeah, our opponent gets to trade both units in. We've not got many cards left, and I think we've exhausted all of our labours. Okay, so they've got manuscripts. I'm not sure where they got that from. Yeah, we'll see what we draw, and I'll probably be scooping it up because I'm not sure I can do very much about this. Oh, have they got to kill our thing? Yep, so we pretty much die in like the next couple of turns. That is unfortunate. So we'll just try by trying to play as much as possible. So summon a Guardian. Summon a Guardian. Play a Lumberjack. We'll give Lumberjack an additional point. Then play this, and then hopefully if our opponent can't get through all of this, we can like 20 them somehow. I mean, I guess we've got like 12, 16 if this survives something. Yeah, we've only got 1 card left, and actually I should probably have like a deck tracker so I can see what that card is. Because I probably, yeah, I could work it out by like looking at all this, but honestly can't remember. But we can only survive for 1 turn. Do we have like a aggressive unit in here? We've got an Axe Blow, which is like an additional 3 points. Oh, that was rueful. That was ruthless, that. They're now able to trade into anything that they want. And we're going to take 20 because they got our last card off us. Well, give me the old well played, and we'll yeah, move on to the next one. Okay, we'll play first, and we've got a 1-drop, so I'm happy. Let's get rid of... who are we against? Mill? I don't think they have support, so we can get rid of that. Labour is good, because it gives us the supplies and goods. Oh, nice. So we get to play like 2 1-drops on one, which could be good. Rain of Arrows, let's get rid of you. Let's go boop, boop. Now, ready up, but I'll just read this card. So we get 1 goods, which just is 1 gather. But then supplies could be quite nice. I'm not sure how good supplies will be against this, because if they're dealing damage, like, they're dealing it because you've got 1 toughness, so maybe it could still be useful, but we will see. Yeah, I guess maybe it was worth... I mean, obviously I don't think it's actually worth keeping the support destruction, but I think destroying the coin is still kind of okay. Okay, well, you get out of here, Guardian. Unfortunately, we don't have a play for the turn. But we'll make a combatant. We'll just hit our opponent for 4. Next turn we get to play Labour, but we don't have any like free drops. But our 4th turn should be pretty nice because we get to play Prana plus Standard Bearer. Standard Bearer, if we're able to keep a full board, is like quite a lot of damage. That's like an additional 3 points. I think ideally we just need to burn them out before they're able to burn us out. But I guess we start with a lower life total than they do as well, because we just like lose X life each turn just by the game mechanic of like refilling your hand. Okay, yep. Get dead-ended, which is, yep, kind of rough. But we didn't spend a card to do that. Okay, we're getting double dead-ended, which, okay, it's a little bit more rough. Well, Archer can get out of town. We've not got anything we can play from here, have we? Though I wouldn't really want to go down. Yeah, Rain of Arrows, nope. We'll just put Labour, and then I think, nope, not that one. This one. We'll gather just now while we can. We don't have a lumberjack in hand, so may as well. I saw some list only playing 1 of this. I do really like this card. I want to see it, so I want to play 2 of it. And of course, like, if you draw a second of a legendary card, you're going to keep it. If they deal with the first one, you can just like jam it in here. So we're going up to our 4th turn now. If our opponent plays like a bunch of 1-powers, yeah, we could just kill them with our battle ability. Where were they last turn? I mean, we shuffled our decks anyway, so it didn't really matter, but still. Let's put a Guardian out. So, could we kill both our opponent's things? I think we can, without having to use battle. So I think battle will actually let them exhaust us for 2. Well, fatigue us. Let's think. So if we Raging Soldier, we get 3-2, we're able to Prana it up. Yeah, I kind of like this. And then we can heal up afterwards. So play Standard Bearer, that goes up to 4. Play this out. We're not going to get to use the additional ability. Make a Raging Soldier. We'll prana that up. Next time we're going to draw 4, and we're going to have like the access to 4 plays. So let's just kill both of these without using any events whatsoever. Obviously by doing this we're giving our Lumberjack -2/-2. Not ideal, but we've not got a Lumberjack, so I think we can make this play. I think this seems fine. Just try and not exhaust. Well, try and exhaust as little as possible, if possible. Okay, well, they're getting us to expend here. A lot of birds going in there. Double axe blow. Okay, I thought we'd shuffle the goods in then somehow. If the game was late, we've got like 2 Illyrian Guardians in here. Got an archer that can deal 2. Okay, so we've been pacified. Oh, when this takes damage, we exhaust one. Okay, so they're giving it protection, which is kind of spooky, but nothing's got... Okay, they've got 1 card that has Vigilant, but I think we're actually okay in this instance. So let's play a Raging Soldier. We'll put the Standard Bearer away for now. Play Raging Soldier. We'll Prana it up. So we kill this. Then we'll play Lumberjack. And this is a 5/5. And then we've got a really quite impressive board, to be honest. I mean, we can... Our opponent is going to draw 4 cards. They do have the coin still, so they can go up to 6 pretty easily if they want. They do have Unmask, like, at will now. But they've all got 2 things in place about kill. Maybe the Unmask plus they use like a deal 1 effect. So that's kind of close to a board wipe for us. Our turn 6 is probably just going to be like make a bunch of Illyrian Guardians. I just hope that's good. Wonder what they're saving this for. Are they just playing it now? Yeah, okay. They're popping it now just to give everything like 1 health. Yep, Black Market Bandit as well. Just to get that in there. That's pretty rough for us. So all our hard work sort of thrown away there. So deal 2 damage to each enemy character. Doesn't really do too much. We'll play a Guardian. Oh. There we go. We'll play Guardian. We'll play another Guardian from in here. Give it an additional point of attack so that we can play another threat as well. And then I don't really want to play this, so we'll just ready it. We only draw 3 now as well, which is good. We don't want to draw too much. Yeah, fatigue seems to be pretty scary. Maybe we built a little bit too on the slow side to be able to deal with this, but I'm not sure what cheap threats you can play that would be good against this. I guess our strategy of just playing out as many cards as we can so that we're able to just draw like 3 or 4 every turn is probably just going to be loose against this. Okay, so once expended us for 2, Our Labour, which would have been kind of nice because it would have given us an extra 2 cards. Guess get to throw this into something to expend us for 1 for free. Okay, so what can we do here? So we attack this, I think. And then we're able to kill our opponent. Okay. Because that was all we needed to do, was just like, remember that opponent only had 1 Vigilant. I thought that the protection one on the furthest side actually had Vigilant. So I was like, I'm not going to get past this because it's going to take 2 attacks. Well, let's take a look at the deck again. Okay, so there you have it. I think the deck's pretty cool. I like the hero. I should probably experiment with some of the additional heroes that you can get, but I think next up I want to play a wealth deck. So I'm a little bit low on resources at the minute. I've not got much soul ember, so that might take me a week to get around to. But if you've watched this far and you want to give this game a try, it is an early access on Steam. And I've got some codes to give out, so if you want to give the game a try, I can get you a couple of packs to help you get started. Okay, so some other information for you as well. They've been in early access for 2 weeks now, and they have been working closely with the community to sort of improve the game. They've had a couple of balance updates so far, which has improved the economy and some of the balance. You noticed that yesterday when I was playing one of the spirit decks, I was a little bit confused about what some of the cards did because they've been nerfed. Well, they've been changed a little bit around. So the 1/2 that gives +2/+2 to 1 power units was a 1/3 previously. I think obviously that deck was quite potent, so they tried to tune down like one of the key pieces. Again, with digital games like Eternal and this is a benefit you've got over paper games in that you're just able to do these live balance changes. So again, the community is small, like with many of these kind of niche digital card games, but it is growing. I believe they've got like 2,000 early access players, but you can see that from like our short queue times. Like I hit play and I'm just in a game straight away, and I played some other games as well, and that isn't always the case. I play an Eternal, that is the case pretty much. Unless I'm, I don't know, playing draft because my MMR in that format is not great. I don't think there's anyone else to pair me with. But in constructed formats, it's healthy to see this where you click play a game and you just can't play a game. I think as well not when, but maybe if this game gets a mobile or tablet release, that would be really good for it where you can just, well, I'm on the bus, I want to play a game. You know, you press play and then that's it. You're in the game, you play it for 5 minutes, and like time to get off. The worst thing I can imagine is if you want to play whilst you're on like public transport, you just like want to keep yourself occupied rather than just doom scrolling. Is if there was like a long queue time, but there's not in this game, which is good. As well, there's a Founders Organite card back. This is what I was talking about yesterday, where if you get level 10 in all of the factions, then if you go on the Discord, then there's a nice little reward for you, and that can be claimed in the Discord, which I will link below. So there's also the Founders Soul Ember bundle, which gives you a bunch of packs. I think it gives like 50 packs, a bunch of in-game resources. You're able to get your collection kickstarted. So I did do that, which helped me to build like pretty much anything I want. The only thing is I spent a lot of my Organite crafting legends like before I opened my packs, which meant that I don't have much Organite to go around to make wealth, but I can build pretty much anything in Glory Spirit All Influence. But if you're just smarter than me and like a 4-head rather than a 5-head, then grabbing that is like $50 or something. That's going to get you pretty much everything in the game. Again, there's a lot of freebies available on the Discord. If you're not up for purchasing the big pack, some of the small packs are still pretty good, and there's a channel in Discord which has got like keys and codes that you can use to get you either free packs or free in-game resources and packs, which is pretty nice. Anyway, I'm really pleased to have seen this game get to this point where it's out, it's in early access. I know that there's a lot of sort of stigma around early access games. Are going to stay in early access forever. Hopefully not. You know, I hope that this game goes on to have a tablet or mobile release, which would be pretty fantastic for people who just want to sit on the couch and be a bit more sociable when they're playing the games rather than just being stuck to a PC. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been That Resolves, and I'll see you around.